Hi, everybody. I can see people coming in. I'm just waiting. The numbers are going up to 40, 50. Hello, if you're coming in, I'm just waiting for everybody to get in. We're up to 80. Wow, we have good numbers. Okay, folks, as people still come in, I want to welcome you on today's webinar. My name is Laureen Zarba. I'm the Technology Training Manager here at LIBOR. And today's webinar is Stratus Goes Mobile with Collab. We are using the Zoom webinar program, so you guys are all muted, and actually I can't even see you. You can see me, but you do have a Q&A so that if you have questions, you can just type in there, and periodically I will be going in and out to check on questions. Also, just keep in mind that this is recorded. So if you want to sit back and relax and just watch it, you will have it posted probably in a few days from now. It's going to be on the LIBOR website in the COVID information hub. Okay, so all the Wednesday webinars are recorded and posted there. So you got a lot of great information, including this one. So today is about the Stratus Collab app. So most of you out there know what Stratus is. I hope you do. And some of you might know what Collab is. Now, if you don't know what Collab is, we got that, I can't even remember how many years ago now, but both of these programs are created by the Stratus Data Systems company. So they're both from Stratus, and Collab was created as a desktop version. So you may have taken a class with me. I've been teaching it for a CE. And you know it's my favorite program because I always tell everybody Collab is my favorite program. So it's available on the desktop version in the Info Center in Stratus. And now we have an app. So we didn't always have a Collab app until they created this chat functionality. And now we have a Stratus Collab app. For those of you that know about the old Stratus app, which we've had, we don't have it anymore, okay? It's not available. And believe me, that what I'm gonna show you today is definitely better, easier to use than the old Stratus app. So this is the one you wanna use. Write this down. It's called Stratus Collab. That's the name of the app. And I'm gonna take you in, I'm gonna show you how to get it. And then I'm gonna show you how to use it. So also, like I said, if you just came in, I'll stop and try to answer your questions. Most of you who've taken classes with me know that I usually answer all your questions before you ask them. So, but once in a while I'll get one that I didn't cover. So you can see my phone. I have the phone up here. This is my phone. And what you first want to do, if you don't have the app yet, is to go to the App Store. So if you have an iPhone like I do, it's the App Store or the Google Play Store if you have an Android device. So we are going to go in. I'm just going to show you how to do that. Like I said, this is my phone, so hopefully nobody texts me other than myself. And we'll go into Collab. So it's called Stratus Collab. Write it down if you don't know. So if you're looking for just Collab, you won't see that, but Stratus Collab, and then you press your search. Now, usually when you go to the App Store, you're going to get like an advertisement at the top. Here you got RPR, they're looking for, which I already have. But as I scroll down, you will see Stratus Collab, and this is the icon. It's a blue square with a white C, so that's what it looks like. And yours will say get. So it's really, really easy to install. You don't have to, the reason it's going to identify you is because you are going to log in. Now I'm already logged in, but you're going to log in with your LIBOR password, your LIBOR number and password. So just like Stratus. And later I'll log out and I'll show you what that looks like. But that's how you're going to do it. So isn't that great? You won't have to think of another password. And that's how it identifies you as a member. All right, so here I am. I'm in the Collab app, okay? And if you know the desktop version, it's very similar. So it's not like you have to learn a whole nother program. So I love that it's really similar. So usually when you come in here, yeah, let me log out just for a second so you can see what it's going to look like for yourselves. It's going to look like this when you click on it. And it's going to say username and password. You see here, username and password. And like I said before, you don't have to create one. You're just going to put in your LIBOR number. I'm doing my number, and then you're going to put in your password, just like you do for Stratus, which I thought was really a great thing when I first saw this, because this way we don't have to think of another password. And then I'm logged in. Love that, right? Okay, so when you first come in, and I'm going to show you all the little things about it. This program, Collab and the Collab apps, just so that you know, was created to manage listings. One of my favorite parts is that you can text listings. You can text listings to yourself. You can text listings to anybody out there, and you can set up automatic texting. So Stratus doesn't have that functionality. It only has email. This also has instant messaging. What I'm going to show you how to do that, which reminds me of something. When you install the app, you want to go into settings. I'm back out on my phone, as you can see. So here's my settings. And there's a couple things you want to do in here. You want to scroll down to your Collab app. Here it is here. You see mine right there? And you want to put the location on while using. So this way they've added something so that it will find properties by where you are. So you want to leave that on. And also this notification part and settings here, you want to make sure this is turned on. So when we use the instant messaging part of this, you will get the notifications, whether or not a client is trying to chat with you or something comes up like that. Even if your phone is asleep, you know how your notifications come up from the top down, right? Weather alerts and things like that. So that was in settings. So click back on Collab. All right, so the first thing, once you have it in here, and like I said, and if you just came in, you might have missed it. If you're using your phone with me, that is fine. You're all on mute, so if you have questions, you're gonna type it into the Q&A, and I'll try to get to everybody, but usually I answer all your questions as I go. And this is going to be recorded. Don't you feel more relieved? This is going to be recorded so that everything, if you think you missed something, you didn't, and that will be located in the LIBOR website under the COVID Information Hub. All right, so without further ado, because an hour actually goes by pretty quick, is that in here, it takes you to Newsfeed, first thing. Now, Newsfeed, and just like the desktop version will take you to Newsfeed, it's almost like a Facebook information type of thing that tells me things that have happened or what I've done, or if I have clients in here, we're definitely going to talk about that. If they like the listing, if I sent the listing. You know, people ask me so many questions like, oh my gosh, if I text somebody a listing, do I have a record of that? Yes, you do. And I'll show you where that is. And also the news feed shows me the most recent things. So I've been playing around in here to get ready for the webinar. So you'll see that. Now down at the bottom, you can see way down here, these are icons on how to navigate. So we're going to talk about that. If you know the desktop version, I know some of you were in my Monday class, you would see the navigation on the sidebar. So it's kind of the same, only it's at the bottom. And the first thing that I want you to do is to click on the three dots, okay? And like I said, it's being recorded, so you can just watch this and do it again if you don't have the app yet. And it's going to take you to this list of things in here that I'll probably go through most of it. And look, your picture will be in here. You see me, Laureen Zarba, who I am, in case you missed it. And my little picture that comes from Stratus. Love that too, because I don't have to upload the photo. It's already there. So you want to click on your name, and you want to make sure, just like every other application you learn, is that your contact information is correct. So like what email you're using. Here's my office, which I haven't seen in a while. And my mobile number, make sure that's there. And just keep scrolling down. Make sure you press save. I didn't change anything. I can change my photo, and you want the photo, of course mine's not updated, but you want the photo updated, and it will be what they see every time they log in. If you create clients, and like I'll be doing that in a little while. Or if you text somebody a listing, they're going to see that photo. Actually, they're going to see this. I'll show you as I scroll down. That's what they see. They see this business card that adapts all the information from the top. So if your cell phone number is not coming up on your card, you need to go to the top part here, put in your cell number, save the contact information, and it will be reflective into the card. Okay, so I'm scrolling down and just change the color, made it like white. So you can change the font size. But honestly, you techie people out there, you might consider uploading an image, and that would be your business card. Do you see this here? People have uploaded their business card instead of using this card, which is really more professional, but for now, this looks pretty good. Keep scrolling down on this page. And how did I get here? I know someone's asking that question. As I clicked on, I'll show you again, the 3 dots. See the bottom here, 3 dots. I clicked on my picture, and all of this is in this profile. So, and the blue banner at the top tells you where I'm at. So I'm doing the settings part before I show you the program. Now this is an invitation. It's a default invitation on what is, what they see when they get invited in. Of course, you can change this, and then you could set it as a default or save the invitation. I'm leaving it. But what I do want you to do, here's the welcome message they get. If you want to see that, that can be customized. And we'll talk about clients in a minute. And the signature, make sure that you have this. Now, you want your name, your professional title that's on your license, who you work for, your phone number, cell phone numbers, any designations, and then save your signature. So that's the first thing. Anytime you learn a new program, you got to find either settings, profile, options, whatever it's called, and make sure that your contact information is correct, because a lot of times it's not. Also in profile here is settings. That's where I'm going to talk about notifications. You have teams here. You can create teams where you can share people or clients and things like that if you want that. Just know that it's in there if you need to. Also, in here I have, wanted to show you something also. Here, let me click on my name now. I went through all of this with you. Your signature, save invite. I have to go through here. You have an agent directory. I don't think everybody knows that. It gives you access to every agent in the MLS, okay? It says 65,000. I think some of these are probably not active, but you could type someone's name at the top and that agent will come up. So you have that as an extra little bonus in here. All right, let me get out of that. All right, so I'm working off the bottom here. I clicked on, if you came in a little late, the 3 dots in the corner to set up your profile and your pictures and your cell phone numbers and all of that. So the first thing I want to do after we've done that is to show you how to navigate this wonderful app. And I'm telling you, as much as I love Collab, you're going to love this app. It's mobile. It's available on all devices. So if you have an Android, iPhone, either one, you can get the app. It's called Stratus Collab, if you missed that part at the beginning. And at the bottom, really important, can you see these? I know they're a little faded, but there's a search, and that's where I am right now. You're going to love this part too. So if you're searching for listings, and remember, these are the same listings as Stratus. It just looks different. Real-time data, up-to-date And if you're talking to a client about this is going to be real-time data. So it's not like Zillow where there's a lag time. They get the information right away. So let's take a look at my screen here. That's going to really be important. The blue bar up at the top here is where you put your town, your zip address, school district, or MLS number. You'll also see that it's checked on single family or multifamily by default, which I could take multifamily off if I want. You can also look for land, condos, co-ops, and commercials. You got everything right here, everything you need. So if I'm looking for, let's say, for instance, I'm going to look for a house in Babylon. So at the top, and also you see rentals. You have rentals on that tab and sales here. So everything to search is in this one screen. You don't have to go to a different search or change the search. Oh, let me scroll down and show you something else. Here's where you put the price in: bedrooms, bathrooms, style, school district number. And I really love that they gave us this. They were reluctant to give us solds in this app, in the program, but you can get what's sold in an area. However, we don't have pendings or expireds. So don't be looking for those. We don't have them in here. Let me go back up. And also there's additional filters, which I'm going to get to in a minute. Let me scroll back up. So I'm using my mouse and my phone. So when I go back and forth, this is my finger, and here is the mouse to show you where I'm at. So at the top, we're going to type in, don't be looking for a town, just type the town in. So I would type a few letters. So if I'm doing Babylon, it's B-A-B. That's it. You see? And what you're going to also love, now some of you know collabs and you know how much I love that, but is that fact that you have town and school district there. You see that? Town and school district. You don't have to do a separate search for school district. And I'm going to click on, for this one, just town. See? And you can add as many towns as you want. Down at the bottom here, it shows me that I have 31 listings. See, in red with a circle. But this buyer that I'm working with wants to live by the shops. Okay, so they've added a couple things in here, if you haven't seen this in a while, is additional filters. So you have another area with all kinds of things, styles in here, attached, detached. If you want things new on the market for 1 day or 2 days, number of families, waterfront descriptions like canal, bay, ocean. I'm just telling you as I go. Handicap accessibility, here's your central air, interior features. And I'm looking at something because my buyer wants to live by the shops, okay? Who doesn't? We're gonna go to location services. And you see close to shops, close to school, close to railroad, close to park. I know you love this. You gotta love this. All right, I'm gonna click on close to shops. And then I click with my finger on the outside and that kind of disappears, but I always check to make sure I got it, and I did. Now it's telling me that the filter gave me 12 down here at the bottom, and I'm just gonna press search. All right, now I did a search with you with the filter. Now look at the top of my screen, 3 tabs, really important, is the white one says filter, and the one next to it is list. So now I get all the listings. Don't you love that? And then right next to that is map, so I can see where all the listings are. So those are exactly like the desktop, filter, list, and map, okay? But in here, it starts with the filter. In the desktop version, it starts with the map, but it's all the same stuff. Now this number of 5 here means there's 5 listings there. There's 2 here, there's 4 here, and this one is by itself, so it has a price. Okay, so let me go back to the list so that you have that. And a couple other buttons important are the up, down arrows. You see here like a sort button. Right now it's sorting by in a descending order. So the lowest price is first. So that's the lowest price by the shops. It's probably a good price for over there, right? But I love to see the highest price houses. And I just sorted it. I did that kind of fast. See the sort, low to high, high to low, bedrooms, bathrooms. I'm usually sorting by price, not by address. And I'm gonna just click on one for you. Let's look at this house, right? So what does a listing look like in Collab and the app? Now I'm on my phone, so this is definitely the app. And you will get, how pretty is this? So you have all the pictures. So I'm clicking with the arrow. Did you see that? It was a pink porch and lots of wallpaper. I bet you this is a really old house. You can just click on the photos. Look at that old stove. Let me see if I can zoom in. I wonder if that is original in there. Pretty cool, right? I'm just going to close out of that. So you have the photos. At the top, if I want to like it, I can click on that and it actually will save that in a list called likes, dislikes. I don't dislike too much. I'll show you the other buttons at the top. Let me just show you what the listing looks like. Now, as we scroll down, here's your MLS number if you're looking for it. Like, where's the MLS number? Here's the taxes, right? 6 bedrooms, 3.5 bath, square footage. Love that we're getting square footage. And then the broker remarks. Now, when we get to the part where we invite people in to have their own account in here, they will absolutely not get any broker information, not to worry. No commission, no broker information, no listing agents, nothing like that. And I'm going to show you that. So this house was built in 1882. And we knew it was an old one, Victorian. And I'm looking at a listing in Collab, in the Collab app. And you could see it looks completely different than Stratus. I like it better because if you look at all these little check marks, it's telling me all the things that are in the house instead of having a lot of blank things that are not have anything to do with the house. So it only puts things that are pertinent to the listing. Now, as I scroll down, they added the floor plan. Look at this, really nice information about each floor. It's my broker information. Again, the clients don't see this. Now down here, nearby, you see, I need to open that on the app. So I'm going to click on nearby. And there is a map for each listing. See it is? So I can see where it is. There's a tab next to it. There's bird's eye, which really isn't bird's eye, is it? That's an aerial view, but kind of nice. And here's a little extra present for you. Recent sales. And it might take a minute to come up. Sometimes it's a little lag. Actually, I'm pretty quick that came up. These are properties that sold in the last 6 months or less as very close to the house. So you will see this one is the closest one, this one on Carl Avenue here. It's 0.03 of a mile away. It's its neighbor, pretty much. And all of these houses have sold. So you have that little extra bonus. You also have the property history. This one really doesn't have one. And then the mortgage calculator. Love this. Buyers are going to like this too, where it's going to incorporate taxes, principal, and interest to give them an idea what it's going to cost them. And let's keep going. I'm looking at, see, you get a lot in this, don't you? In this listing. And here is the listing broker and listing agent down here. You also get directions. This one has a virtual tour, view in Stratus, which I'm going to show you later, neighborhoods, schools, scheduling showings. And Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest, we totally emphasize that you only post your own listings unless you get permission from the listing agent or broker. Please don't do that. All right, so here's a house. And really important now is in the corner here is this crooked arrow. And that's where you can email, text, or chat listings, okay? Now, we've been emailing since the beginning of time, so isn't it nice to kind of text? And you can automatically text, and I'm going to make sure I show you that. So I'm going to click on text. And it knows who I am, and I just have to start typing Laureen in and see my number comes up. So it's intuitive too. So this way, when it knows your clients, you will have to just type in Beth or whatever, and then now the name will come up. So I'm texting this listing. People ask this question too. At this point though, I don't know, everybody can find out everything on the internet, is if you don't want to give them the address, you don't have to. You see over here, you can say no map, no, only street, whatever. course, I'm going to text it anyway. And now here's my signature that I emphasized at the beginning that you make sure that you put in, and then you send it. So I'm sending it to myself. So there's the text. You see how fast that was? Oh my gosh. I'm clicking on it and it says Laureen Zarba sent you some listings, and then they just click on the link and here I am. Okay. Now, think about that. Now this program calls everybody a client, no matter whether they're whatever their status is with you, they call it a client. This is what they get. So my face is there. Of course, it'd be your face there. And as they scroll down, no broker information, right? But they do get a lot of really good stuff. So, and here's a good point, because I know people will ask about this, is you do not have to invite somebody in as like a client in to text a listing. You can text to anybody as long as you have their cell phone number. Got it? Okay. So like some people don't want to be invited in, they just want to text. Plus it's fun, isn't it? So let me go back down here. Let me go back. Let me get out of here. Because I opened it as a client. I got to make sure I'm back in because it says clients here. So I know I'm in as me. Was that nice and easy? Let me just show you again. That crooked arrow is where you can email, text, chat, suggest, add to a list, export it, or print it out. So real important is that one there. Now you can always change your views with list, filter, map, okay? All right, now when you are doing another search, you wanna use the wrench to do new search. Just get into that habit right from the beginning. Every time you start something new, wrench, new search. All right, let me look and see if we have any questions. I see some questions here. How do I change my own phone number on Collab app? Okay, you're gonna click on those buttons and then you're gonna click on your picture, and that's where you're gonna put your phone number and make sure that you save that. Can two people be logged into the app under the same login info on two separate devices? You know what? I don't really know. I have to test that. Probably not, but you'd have to be giving out your number, so you don't want to do that. My clients don't get the notes I placed on the news feed when I add it to my computer. I have to see why that is. We want, if you text a listing to somebody, it's going to ask them to download the app. They don't have to. It's probably a good idea. It's free to get it. So this way they get your notifications. And all right, where do I add the cell phone number? You must have missed that at the beginning. I did go over that. I'll show you where that is again. Tanya, I love Collab. I've been using it since the beginning. I use it daily. Yeah. All right, I'll answer more questions later because I know there's a lot of you in here. Oh, 155 people. That's great. All right, and my phone just disappeared. Hold on. There it is, came back. All right. So for those of you that were asking me a lot about your cell phone numbers and things like that, it's down here in the 3 dots in the app, Stratus Collab App. You're going to click on your picture. And then in here is where I see where I put my mobile number in. It's probably going to say work. It's probably going to say work. Change it to mobile. Put in your mobile number and make sure that you save that blue button there. Check your little card down at the bottom to make sure that it took it. Okay, see, there's my number. All right, moving on. I just want to show you a couple other searches in here. I got so much to show you, but I'm doing pretty good. All right, because I really want you to try to use this for yourself. Like if you're out and about, or even the desktop one, if some of you might not have a computer, but you only have your phone, that's fine. You can use this. It's almost the same thing on the computer as the app, but there's a couple of changes. For instance, if I go to map, now I cleared my search, like I told you, and I click on, remember the 3 buttons at the top? If I go to map, this is kind of interesting, is that in this app, I don't even have to put criteria in at all, okay? If I go to list, I'm going to get every single listing. There's over 4,600 listings in here. And these are houses. I didn't even click on condos. Automatically. And if I want to sort this, and you know, I do this kind of thing in my class, is I like to see the most expensive ones just for fun. And this one's a $30 million house in Old Westbury. So you can just do that. I didn't even put anything in the filter. But there is like an arrow in the corner here, and that will be like your location services. So that will locate you. And that's why I told you to put the location services on. So this is where I am. I live in Bellport, and these are all the houses for sale in my area. You see? Houses for sale in my area. And just to show you for fun here, I got some shapes on the corner. I got the polygon and square and circle, but they make it really easy. I want only this area. So I'm clicking, clicking, clicking. See, and then I only have houses in that area. If I want to clear it, it's a little trash can. And if I want to see these listings, I can go to list. Now the 3 buttons on the side here, if I can click it, sometimes see I didn't click there. We'll give you like a thumbs up if you want to like the house. And also clients will have that feature as well. All right, let me go back. Okay. So I'm giving you stuff to start with, and I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do Hempstead. I'm going to Nassau County. So if I click on, I'm just typing Hempstead. I love that it comes up automatically, and you got town. I'm going to do school district this time. Now let's just look at the map. The border is something we don't have in Stratus, right? It's giving me a school district border and also a town border. It's really great. So you can see the houses within the border, and that means there's 22 there or 6 houses there. But let me go back to the filter. If you have a buyer that wants houses or condos, you can do both at the same time without getting confused in a flex search, if you know what I'm talking about. So you can check, or maybe I just want to see if there's just condos over there. I don't even know if there are any. I'm going to go to the map. There's nothing. But you do have that ability to play around. Is there any commercial properties for sale over there? Let me go to the map. Oh, look, I got 3. You see? So now you guys know what I'm talking about. Without starting all over to do a whole new search, how many times we do that? You do not have to do that in this program. I just play with the filter here. All right, I'm going to do Hempstead School District, and my buyer can't pay more than $350,000. So I want to max my price, which I haven't showed you yet. And you kind of like swirl this over. You don't type a price. I don't know about you, but I'm really happy not typing a price because it's just too much of a pain with the zeros nowadays with millions and millions of dollars. So I put 350 as a max. And now I have 15 listings. You see down here? Okay. And there they are. So I can open them up. This one's not an REO. If it's a foreclosure, it'll tell you at the top here. Okay, sometimes I'm looking for those. I do have one I'm going to show you. And then I'm hitting the arrow in the right-hand corner. You see it up here? So if you see a listing that you like, or you want to contact the listing agent, let's go down to the bottom where the listing agent is. I can just click on their phone number. Here's the listing agent. And I could call them from right here. You see down here? Isn't that great? Or I can email them. So since we're on a mobile device, it'll automatically call them. And they do not have to be part of the Collab app. It's just going to phone them. So, you know, okay, I have a buyer here that's interested in seeing the house. What's the chances of seeing it right now? All righty. So we saw what texting the listings were like. I use the phone area. You can use that to phone somebody. You can click on that, or you can just click on the phone number. These buttons at the top here, this one I didn't show you is a plus. And I absolutely love this too. It's saving your listings, and I kind of old fashioned, I call it a folder. Is that old fashioned? Maybe. And that, you know, you see these listings, I could put in a buyer's name here. I could put in, I put medium price houses. I did that before. Here's a new list. Let's just say practice. Okay. So if I want to put this in the practice folder, there it is. Let me go back. Alrighty, now I'm hitting the back, this back at the top here, back, and then I'm going to go back to search. I'm clearing the search. Don't like it. Clear it. New search. Let's keep my eye on the clock here. And now at the top, make sure I cover some of the stuff I want to do. You can also search by MLS number. Now I want to show you a listing, and I have MLS number here. I'm going to type in for you 321-0325, and then the listing pops up. So if you're out and about and somebody calls you and say, you know what, can you check out this listing for me? You can just put the MLS number in and it will come up. This one is a foreclosure. It reminds me of a church, doesn't it? I don't know if it was a church. I haven't read all the remarks on it. It says REO, which is our way of saying foreclosure. It's real estate owned. Whenever I see an REO, I always want to check what the owner paid for the house. However, in Collab, you will not get public records, okay? If you're looking for them, you won't see them. But you do have, I'm down here at the bottom now, view in Stratus. You see it here? View in Stratus. So I want to view it in Stratus. I can just click on that and you're going to get the Stratus listing. Here it comes. Slowly but surely. Should have came up. Well, the listing would come up and then I could click on the public record and then I could see what they paid for the house. Let me go back and see why that didn't come up. View in Stratus, unless I'm being blocked. Here it is. All right, here we are. Stratus doesn't look very exciting right now, does it? Yeah, it's the same exact listing, only it's just easier to look at in Collab. I don't know, it's just easier. So here's the public record, you see? Now this is a foreclosure, so I'm just interested to see what the homeowner or the seller, well, he doesn't own it anymore because the bank owns it, but what they originally paid for it. So I'm in the guy's public record right now because it connected me to Stratus, you see? So in 2006, which if you were a realtor back then, you know, the market was definitely not a buyer's market like it is now. They sold their house, well, actually it was for $2.6 million, all right? So they sold, oh, that's what they bought it for, sorry. They bought it, the homeowner sold it for this buyer bought it for this, and then the whole market tanked. So there was a lot of foreclosures and short sales, as you know. But the reason I showed you that is because I wanted to make sure you saw that you can view things in Stratus and still get the public record. In case any of you out there were asking me that question. Let me look and see if there's any new questions out here. I just answered your question. I knew it. I knew the question, got it now. See, I usually do. Hi, Laura. Can you search multiple towns at the same time? Also, can you use it as a realtor to receive updates in certain searches? We can search multiple towns, Laura, but you can't have updates like we do in Stratus. You know what I'm saying? We cannot have that. I know people have asked for that. That'd be great. So if you wanted to see any updates as far as property changes and status updates, no, but it will update something. Let me show you. Now down at the bottom, I've been searching a couple things with you, but there are other things. If we click on these dots, and I'm going to get to the client part and make sure I do, is these lists. You see your lists here? Now these are what I say the old-fashioned folders, because that's how I keep it in mind. These are places where listings will be stored. Also, if you have clients, they will have lists as well. So let's look at this one I have. I created a list called interesting listings, right? Now this will do a property update. This one was taken off the market, withdrawn. Do you see it here? This one was closed. I will get, here's a pending, which means it was what we used to call under contract. So you'll get that, but you won't get like a daily update like you will in Stratus. This one closed. So when I put them in here, and just so you guys have never seen Collab, when a buyer saves listings and they're on the market, when they go off the market, they go black and white. Isn't that a genius idea? And you say, you know what, you never made an offer. Well, these are expired, but you never made an offer and someone else bought the house. So just while I'm talking about it and I'm navigating using the bottom part, and you know me, I repeat myself so you remember. If I go back to search listings, if I want to save that, it's the plus up here, okay? And I could save it into my practice. So now that's going to be in that list down at the bottom. All right, let me clear this with the wrench. New search. There was something else I just was going to tell you, and I forgot what it was. Hold on a second. You know, I didn't really talk about sold, but if I go down at the bottom and click on sold, you do get a title date. Okay, so if I wanted to see what's sold in the last, I think 4 months, right? I could go to the map and then find myself with the arrow. And these blue circles are what's sold in the last 4 months, you see? So you do have that. I thought that was worth showing you. That's why I added that in. All right, so let's get to clients. So this is the way, I've been showing you how to navigate. So when you're on the road, you could go in, pull up a listing, you could bring it up from this blue bar. You can go to the map and find a certain area. You want to search by that. And then when you get a listing, you can click on the crooked arrow, right, for your texting. Oh, this is what I wanted to show you. How do I save a search before I do a client for yourself? Pick a town that you want to get automatic texting of listings, okay? So when something new comes on the market, you'll get a text. And to me, if I'm out shopping or I'm doing something else, I'm not by my computer, I'm not logged into Stratus, so I don't know if a new listing came up, but wherever I am, I have my phone, I would be able to tell. So what you want to do is you want to search, go to the filter, remember to clear it, just get into that, and then put in a town. So I'll just do Patchogue. Did I put Patchogue in? Now down here at the bottom, oops. I want new listings. Okay, I don't want all those old listings that come up. So, but in the last 30 days, it'll show me those listings. But if anything new comes on the market tomorrow or later today, I'll get a text. So that wrench at the top where I've been doing new searches, I'm going to click on that and save the search. Now this is going to take me into and segue me into the client part. I have 3 searches here for myself. Okay. If it gets too much and I don't want these texts anymore, I can X them out and it will stop. So this line means me. That'll be you, okay? I'm going to press Save Search. I give it a name. I'm just going to say Patchogue. New listings. Everybody sees this okay? Because it says myself, in this case, I do want to save it for myself, right? Think about it though. Especially this market where we don't have a lot of supply in some of the towns. Wouldn't it be great to find out? I have these buyers looking for these houses. As soon as it hits the market, you get it on your phone. Real time, instantaneous, and you could just text the listing right to your buyer. So, but if I wanted to save this search for any of my clients, here they will already see them at the bottom. You'd hit this here and they would come up, but I'm saving it for myself. I want to text. You have email option too. I didn't forget about email, but I'm so excited with the text part. Patchogue's so hot right now, I might get a text while I'm teaching you, and you'll see it because it'll come up at the top. All right, so the wrench, you'll see now you have my Patchogue new listings here. And any of these listings that I have, any of these searches I have saved, I can click on them, see, to see what's new. Okay, it's gonna give me all the new listings in the area. Gotta love that. All right, let me clear this. All right, take a deep breath. Next part, and it's really, really an important part, is inviting clients. We call them clients, whether they're your clients or not, that's what the program calls them. And since we're competing with Zillow, this is going to be invaluable that you use this, and you can tell them, listen, this is real-time data. This is a way of communicating with you through instant messaging, which I didn't show you chat. I have to show you that before you leave. And, or texting, isn't that the way they want to communicate with you? Anybody want to call on the phone? Probably not. Anyway, okay, so I'm in clients and I clicked on clients at the bottom. See this little thing that says clients? So invite somebody, invite your friend, invite your relative, invite your neighbor, whoever you want to invite. So you're going to click on new at the top, new. And I'm going to put in, who am I putting in? Oh, Nelson. And all you really need for this is their email, but I would probably try to get their cell phone number for texting. His last name is Miller, Nelson Miller. And his email is, it's going to be my email because this guy's fake. But of course, it's going to be your email. Let me put the other email in. Zarba, online.net. Okay, it's not going to be your email though, right? But you could set this up for yourself to get it. If you don't have their email or you don't have their phone number, you can get the listings, just like Prospect Match, right? We could set it up so that the listings come to us first, and then you could send them out. But this is going to be inviting them to have their own account. Here's the phone number. I'll put mine in. Of course, it's not going to be mine, and it's going to be theirs. All right, company, you have all kinds of stuff that you can put in. Now you can save it, the client, or save and invite them. My thing is, and do you remember listing book from years ago, is invite them all. What do you have to lose? It doesn't cost you anything, and you never know who's going to be the hot buyer. You can even invite your sellers in here because you have an option for solds. So here I am, here's the invitation. You can change it if you'd like, make it more personal, but I'm just going to send out the default invitation. And it creates this Nelson Miller client here. And you'll see that the tabs go down now on the app version. On the desktop version, they will go across. It's the same thing though. And any communication between myself and this client will come up in his folder. Now, really, really important, when you invite people into this program, you want to go to notifications. Remember, this is recorded. So if you miss something, you can get the recording in a few days and listen to what I had to say. Now, notifications is so valuable to you because when you're working with people and they tell you where they want to buy a house and now they change their mind, but you need to be a mind reader to know what they want. You can set up these check marks. I do texting when they sign in, when they sign out, when they do a search. Now, if they thumb something up, a favorite, it's going to be called listing added to list. Okay, it's a little hidden in there. But if they thumb something up, wouldn't it be nice, especially that one client you really want to keep your eye on? Oh, look at that. They're looking at houses in a whole different area than they told me. So the activity part is going to be huge in here. And that's where this comes in. And I'm just going to press save. So that's notifications. Okay. If you want to do a search for them, you can click on the search. What does this guy want? He wants to live in Dix Hills. Okay. Price is no object for him. So I'm going to do Dix Hills. Now, if you want to put another town in, go right ahead, or a zip code. Okay, you just type it in again. See, and here's the town here. Can you kind of see it? I can always exit out if I got the wrong thing. There's 84 listings. Does he have a price? No price. Okay, we like that. No price. So what do I do? Think about it. I can't hear you, but you said list. You were right. So the least expensive house comes up at the top. But for fun, let's sort it with the arrows and let's go to price. Okay, now I'm only looking for fun, but to save the listing, you're gonna go into the wrench, save the search. I'm just gonna call it Dix Hills. So this is like Prospect Match, if you're familiar. Prospect Match, I still like it for basic reasons, and every client's different, aren't they? But for that one person or those clients out there that want more, that's why they go to Zillow. This is what you want to do. Invite them in, save a search for them. This guy's Nelson Miller. See the name down at the bottom here? Click on that. And he wants a text as soon as something comes on the market. Now you do have email here and you could change that from 12 hours, 6 hours, hourly. You know, Stratus does that too. And you want to be notified, you can click that. Remember, when you're notified, you will get the broker end of the listing, but they will not. All right, so save the search. All right, what time is it? Okay, so I've been working off the buttons at the bottom. My client part, if I click on that, it looks like a paw print to me. I shouldn't tell you that because now it's going to look like that to you, but it says clients down here. I just created Nelson Miller. He hasn't accepted yet because of course it was me. I could go into my email and accept it, but it's going to take too long. But what I suggest that you all do, okay, is to go in, put in your signature, set all the profiles up with your phone numbers, and play around with the searches, text somebody a listing, text yourself a listing, and then invite somebody in, maybe somebody from your house or a friend. And then you could do that. Now, I know an issue came up a while ago with the app is that it would close. You know, Laura remembers that. And now it's like inconsistent. In other words, I'd have to log in like Stratus every time I went on the app. They would create their own username and password, the clients too. But sometimes it stays open and sometimes it doesn't. So I don't have an answer for that, but that with that. The chat function at the bottom, which is so important, and I haven't showed it to you. This is the reason why we have the app. This is instant messaging, which means that I'm going to get notifications whether my phone's on or not. And also, if you have a couple you're working with, we can have a conversation together. Okay, so me texting one, texting the other. I can do it all at one time. There could be as many parties in as you want. So here's my clients here. So I have Billy Buyer, but let me show you how to add. All right, I'm going to add Nelson Miller because I just put him in the, you see the pen up here? That's how I start a new conversation in chat. And since I typed him in already, I'm just going to type in Nelson. See how he comes up? I love that. Here it comes up. So Nelson Miller, I am at the bottom, really easy to miss. There's a little smiley face and a plus, and this is where you type your message. So if you're trying to click here to type, you're not going to be able to do it. Just say hello with a smiley face. Okay, people love that. Okay. And look, my picture's there. And then the plus. Now, this is what's different about the desktop version compared to the mobile part is now I can text a listing. I could search. I could text them a document. Maybe the COVID disclosure or a disclosure or the buyer broker, right? But you have your mobile device here where I can take a picture or a video. That's great. Say I'm looking at the house for the first time and I want to videotape it. I could chat it to one of my clients. And that was all done with the plus down at the bottom. All right, I'm not going to do any more of that. And you know me, I like to make sure you know everything. So I clicked on the three dots, the document part, and I don't want to skip this part. And also keep this in mind, whatever we do on the mobile device will go to the desktop device. So that guy Nelson Miller I just created, if I go onto my computer and click on Collab in the info center, he'll be there. This area will be blank for you unless you've been working on the program, and you can upload documents to have with you. So I have the NYSAR COVID form here. I'm an appraisal. I have, what do I have in here? I got market reports in here. I have the lead paint disclosure that if you click on it, I could view it, download it, print it, oh, and share it. I'm going to share it with Nelson Miller. I mean, this just puts you above the rest of the agents out there that are not doing things like this. So I'm not going to upload anything there. And then I'm going to go back. All right. So this is, it's 12:56. And I'm going to repeat myself again. Again, I'm Laureen Zarba, as you can see my name, but we have this recorded and give us a few days to get it posted on the LIBOR site. Every Wednesday webinar is there under the COVID information hub. So a great resource for you guys. Get started on this app. It's really easy to use. It's your Stratus on the go, only it's better because it's just easier with the filters and all of that. So let me take a look at all these questions. Tracy said something about the home features. Yes, they did add that into additional features. So click on that. Interior and exterior features are in there now. You don't have the crooked arrow on the right top, Lisa? Maybe you're in as a consumer. Make sure that you're in as your realtor and make sure it says clients at the bottom. We don't have pending in there yet, Donna, but the only thing, I don't know if we're ever going to get it, to tell you the truth. We just have availables and solds. Yes, the second person would get the leads. If you have two people in there, you can put them both in. There'll be a plus in there. How do you invite clients, David? Did you miss that? Because I just did it. I'll do that again real quick. And then I'm going to have to finish up. But if you go to the client part on the bottom, and then you see new at the top, see new? Put all their information in, and then way, way down at the bottom, it says save and invite. Save and invite. And let me get out of that. Some of these things, if you get into them and you can't get out, like I am right now, sometimes if you just save it, it'll take you out. Or I just click on my home tab and then I click back on Collab. Let me X out. How about X out? That's better. All right, let me see what else we got up here for questions. Thank you all so much for coming, because I know it's kind of a cold, miserable day out there, and it's a great day to start learning new programs, right? So keep your eye on all the new classes that we have in LI Realtor, and also on the Wednesday webinars, the pre-recorded ones that we have. In Stratus, we have the support center for you guys to get all your help in there, and other programs besides Collab and Stratus, RPR. We have that. And I think I'm almost finished. I'm just looking at some of the questions that I haven't answered. Oh, so Laura, somebody named another Laura out there, school district numbers. They told me today that that was corrected. So check that out, okay? And in the three dots on the app, if you have any feedback, by all means, give it to them, okay? Any changes? How do you delete from a list? Oh, okay. You know what? I love simple questions. All right, so I'm gonna go down here to the bottom, and then I click on my lists, and then I open a list. See these dots in the corner? X. Got it? And if the crooked arrow, if I want to delete the whole entire list, I can delete it that way. The program's so intuitive, so is the desktop version, that you could pretty much figure it all out as you go. All right, I am finished. It is 1 o'clock. Look out for the recording, and I thank you all so much for joining me in this webinar on using the Stratus Collab app. Make sure you got it on your phone. It's called Stratus Collab, and start searching. I hope you're inspired to start using it and learning more. There's so many things to learn, but this is definitely one you need to learn. Okay? All right, I am finished. So I don't know if John is still here to leave, but I'll just keep looking at questions till he comes back, because I think he has to end it. Thanks for all this info. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. How many people did we get? Oh, a lot of you left already. We still have 100 people on.
Laureen,
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
Marianne. Thank you so much. There's like 92 questions in the question. So I think we have to offer this again, but the
Okay.
recorded version will be in at LIBOR's website, lirealtor.com/COVID. So lirealtor.com/COVID, COVID. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, this recorded webinar will be there within a day or so. Just wanted to let everybody know. I'm sure they may want to see it again, but thanks so much, Laureen.
Oh, yes, you're welcome. Yes, and we will offer things like this again, or if this one is one that you'd like to see again, you can let us know. Okay. All right, thanks, Marianne. All right, everybody have a safe, happy holiday.
Yes, thank you.